It is August 5th, 2024. We're here on the rooftop of the property located at 4245 10th Avenue in San Diego, California, 92103. So we're here on the rooftop in the back of the house over the master bathroom essentially, and we have our vent pipes here leading into the bathroom, the start of the sewer line, because there's no clean outs on any of the exterior walls. Everything was remodeled. We have all new plastic pipes that were installed for all the drain and sewer, but for some reason they installed no clean outs. Now on the roof vent here, we're above the toilet right here. As we pan across our equipment, there's the other roof vent, that tube right there for the lavatory, and then the shower is going to probably attach off of this one here, or there's some other on this side of the pitch line. But as we go down this 2-inch roof vent, you can see there's a vent 90 on the line. As we push our camera through that 90, then we come up to another vent 90. So now we have two 90s in succession within just a couple barely feet of each other. So this makes it basically impossible to get cameras or even snaking equipment kind of through the line to clean it out. You can get snakes through. It's going to be still really complicated for a large cable with decent sized cutting bits because of these hard quick 90s and two of them in a row. So we did notice on the rooftop here that there is a big chew mark, which we call the wear indicator. You can see that little chip out there. That's normally a sign that somebody's had to cable the line. So when you're putting in a metal snake cable and you're spinning it quickly with a drill or a motor, it's going to go ahead and wear on the pipe as it's trying to go in or back out of the system. So my guess is that somebody had to come up here and clean out the system at some point, and that's why there's that wear indicator mark on there. So what we're going to have to do to try to even look at any of this line is we're going to have to put a very small camera through the system. It doesn't have as good lighting, it's not self-leveling, but it's the only way we can try to get into part of this system. We can see from the crawl space below this that it is all been replaced with ABS plastic and appears to have a nice good slope there, but we don't know obviously that it was all done right and that it is all connected to completely plastic the rest of the way. So we're going to move this camera that we currently have over to the other bathroom, which is the hall bathroom towards the front left side of the house. We'll see if we can get our camera through there. Then we'll go down and pick up another camera from our vehicle and see if we can get through this vent here, which will lead into the beginning of the sewer system for the master bathroom. Okay, so we moved our camera equipment over from that area there we were at, again above the master bathroom, and then over to the right of that is where the kitchen and laundry are. Also, the kitchen and laundry have no clean outs installed, so again, relatively not perfect situation. And when something gets remodeled, if it's inspected, home inspectors now in the cities are supposed to require clean outs on all exterior lines. So anytime plumbing is on an exterior wall, they want to see a clean out. So nobody put in any clean outs here, so I'm assuming it was inspected, and I don't know how it was missed or if it wasn't, but we have no clean outs on the property. So basically, when you have localized stoppages, everything's going to have to be done from inside the house, basically, to clean things out, from under sinks, for the laundry through the standpipe trap, which isn't as efficient. And then also the vents over there, just so you know, those are to code. So they are allowed to use as many 90s and as turns as they want. It's just unfortunate when you don't put in clean outs anywhere. That's what we have to rely on for cleaning out the system, and then it makes it very, very complicated to get anything through those. But it was not done, the venting at least, improperly. It was done the right way. You're allowed to do that, but when you don't put in clean outs, that's when we don't want to see that. So now here we have the 2-inch vent for this hall bathroom, so hopefully we can get down to this part of the system. We see a Y junction right there. That'll pick up the lavatory sink. So the vent, again, just like I was mentioning on the shower, is going to share eventually. That's what that Y was. That was the venting being shared by the sink, and then the tub has its own vent. Okay, so a couple little turns here, but luckily small sweeps, and you can see right here now, just we're turning into the main sewer right here. So here's our horizontal line, just a little over 17 feet. So we're going to push our camera in. We can see that the line is all plastic here. So again, that's what we're hoping for the master bathroom as well. So we'll try to get that other camera through there to verify that. Here's the little turn on the line. Still all newer plastic ABS, so that's good. So we want to see. Okay, here we have the transition. So the plastic is now transitioning over to some Greenbelt PVC pipe and a little short piece in between that might be original clay concrete. So it looks like the city went ahead and put in Greenbelt PVC. They may have dug up sewer, and then here is a white T-junction right here. We've got a little bit of debris in our lens. We're going to go ahead and pause the video for a second and go flush the toilet to rinse this off to get a better crystal clear view. We've got to go down and get the other camera as well. Okay, so we've ran some water, and again, you can see here is a property line clean out. The interesting thing is we can see down at the ground level on the sidewalk where this would have been placed, or in front of the sidewalk, the new concrete that was done, but there's no clean out lid to this. So it could be in the landscaping bed in front of the city sidewalk and just been covered up. Or they put it in and then never brought this one to surface, which is a little rare for the city and their contractors to do that, but they may have. Now, this one's kind of inconsequential because this is all newer pipe, and again, this being close to the sidewalk only allows you to clean from the sidewalk out to the street. But we'll continue downstream here to verify this is all new PVC pipe. So that's this Greenbelt PVC. So we do drain into 10th. We do not go into the back canyon, which is good. So it looks like this is all new pipe. Here is a turn, a white PVC fitting making a downward turn. And then here we go. We drop into the city right here. So just a little over 50 feet out, and we're dumping into the end of the line for this property. So there's the large pipe in the street right there. So everything is in good condition. It's all plastic all the way literally from the end of this lateral line in the street back up to this master bath. I'm sure that the other bathroom, this is the hall bath. I'm sure everything from the rest of the master bathroom that we couldn't see from the crawl space headed back to the other one is plastic. But again, we are going to go ahead and try to get that other camera through the line. So we're just pulling this one back up and out of the city pipe there, getting back to this end of the horizontal before it makes the downturn. So we're going to leave this camera in the system so that we can try to see if we can get the other miniature camera pushed out far enough, and we'll see this other push rod from this camera when we intersect with the spot we've already inspected. Okay, we're back over here over the master bath, going through this clean or vent here. Use this as a clean out. Hopefully this camera can get out a decent portion of the way. We just want to make sure we don't see any construction debris in the system. We're looking that it does have proper slope, and we do want to just re-verify it's all plastic. Now, this pipe should be in the rest of the crawl space, so we have to. We should be able to possibly go and just reconfirm that if we can't get this camera all the way out. We'll see what kind of transition turns. Looks like we have another 90 right here. Yeah, this is another really complicated turn right here. So they used what's called a low heel outlet fitting. So we went through two 90s, then we have another vent 90 here, and then as soon as we make that quick turn here, we have another drop into the 3-inch pipe. So we're not going to be able to get any cameras through here. Again, that's probably why we see this notch out. Somebody may have had a stoppage. We're assuming it's the only explanation for that. Or maybe it was cameraed or attempted by somebody, and when they pulled their camera back out, it just rubbed across there. Anything's possible. So we're going to have to go ahead and do a visual inspection of the line in the crawl space, which the home inspector probably would have done, but we'll verify that ourselves. So again, there is a mini crawl space which does have a foundation wall from this bathroom. This was an add-on to the original home, but the rest of the crawl space should show it. So we're going to have to do a visual and make sure with the level that the pipe looks level. We don't see any improper turns. Anything over 135 degrees isn't allowed, and we don't want to find any sags or bellies to the pipe. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video. We're going to go down to the crawl space and see that everything looks proper. Okay, so since we couldn't get this camera through, we went into the crawl space. It's very tight, but the good news is the line is all plastic. It's an entirety. So it all has good slope. We don't see any improper turns on the line. Just 45-degree elbows were used. So everything's good. So basically all the drain lines are plastic, including what's buried inside the vertical walls going into the crawl space, and then everything else. We did find in the front yard, and we'll move down and show, we do have a clean out that they put in ABS. We don't see the city one and that PVC brought to surface, but we're not going to dig up the rest of the front lawn. But we did find a cover for an ABS clean out. So it looks like when they replaced the plastic pipes themselves for the house, they did put in a clean out. We didn't see that T-junction on the video, the black pipe kind of with discoloration, the cloudiness. When we went down first, we didn't notice it. So they do have one that if you did back up from the front yard out, you could clean out the system, but everything else will have to be done from internally inside the house. So overall, it is a complete, good, clean bill of health. Everything is new plastic. Everything is vented. It's just they didn't put any clean outs in, which was a little odd. So you could always, if there was ever an issue in the future, which we find unlikely, in the crawl space under this master bathroom that we're at right here, you could go ahead and put a T-junction on the pipe and bring a clean out all the way to the doorway entrance at the back of the house if you needed to. But it's going to be unlikely. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. Again, as long as you're only flushing down debris from normal kitchen food, and then obviously feces and toilet paper down the toilet. You should have no stoppages here other than localized ones with hair and soap scum and small debris buildup. But on the sewer, as long as you're not putting down any type of towelettes or wipes, not even the flushable wipes, they're not flushable, then you'll be fine without having to put in any other clean outs to do any kind of maintenance on this system ever. So we're going to go ahead and pause and move down to the ground level and show that other clean out. Okay, so before we go back down to ground level, we'll go ahead and pull up this other camera because we had that little bit of debris on the line in front of our camera face before we ran some water. So here's essentially the beginning of that Greenbelt PVC. We've got that little short section of clay concrete pipe, and then we go back into the black ABS that was all brand new that was put in. And it looks like right there, you can see on the top of the screen there on the pipe, that is where that clean out was installed by this person that did all this repiping at some point. They either did it for a test plug or they did it just to put in the clean out, just to have one. So there's that vertical clean out that we couldn't see. And so we'll move down to ground level now.